Hey everybody, welcome back. Day 2, here we go. We're going to keep today made a little bit simpler for you. I hope that you really had some time to enjoy yourself out in the snow, or maybe play some board games yesterday. Do something fun, something creative. If you did not get a chance to do that, try to make some time to do that today. We're going to keep it a little bit simple for you. We're going to do 2 different things in smaller doses. And those of you that did not get your work done from yesterday, you really need to make that a priority today in addition to doing this. So unfortunately, if you didn't work yesterday, today should really probably be a catch-up day for you. But we've been noticing that you could use a little more practice on multiplication. So one part of today is we are going to do some multiplication practice. Remember that there are many ways to multiply. We've learned the area model, and we've learned partial products and all sorts of things, but we've also learned what I call the old school method, which is what we're going to use today. But keep in mind, please use the math help page on Canvas. Go to lesson 5. It's on multiplying whole numbers. There are games, there are more videos, and there are multiple methods for you to use for practice. We put those there for you to use. So if this way is not working for you, you need some additional practice, please jump over there. So we're going to do a couple practice problems together. This first one, I'm going to go ahead and zoom in. Oh, by the way, I'm on page 384 in the back of your practice book. So if you don't have that out, you may want to pause this. Go to page 384 in the back of your practice book. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on this problem here. We have 205 times 33. You have to remember that when you're multiplying this, that you've got 2 place values that you're multiplying. You're essentially multiplying 205 times 3 ones. So that's what you're going to be doing first. I'm going to make that even darker so we can't see it. All you're doing is you're doing 205 3 times. So essentially that would be like 205 plus 205 plus 205. So all we're going to do is multiply that times normal. 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 0 is 0, plus 1 is 1, and 3 times 2 is 6. Now, we are done multiplying those 3 ones. So I'm going to go ahead and erase that. But now that we are done multiplying those 3 ones, we are technically moving on to the tens place. But remember, this is not really 3 tens, or 3 ones, it's technically a 30 because that 3 is in the tens place, which is why what we're going to do is when we cover this number up and move to the tens place, we're going to put a 0 here in the ones place because we are done with the ones place. So now we're going to multiply just like we did before as normal, but we've moved by beginning in the tens place and we've added a 0 to the ones place. So 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 0 is 0, plus 1 is 1, and 3 times 2 is 6. Now, just like what you would do in partial products, you add up everything that you've got that you've multiplied. We've multiplied 3 ones times 205, and that equaled 615. Then we multiplied 3 tens, or 30, times 205, and that equaled 6,150. So what you do is you add it all up. And there we have our answer. Okay, so we're going to do one more together. I'm going to skip over to number 3 because with all these zeros, that makes this one a little bit easier to do. So I'm going to skip over to number 3. Okay, so switching gears here, we're going to start with pretending that this tens place is not there. We're focused on the ones first. So we're doing 378 times 2, or 378 plus 378. So 2 times 8 is 16. 2 times 7 is 14, plus 1 is 15. And 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7, which makes complete sense. If we rounded this 378 to 400 and added 2 of them, that would be 800, and our answer is very close to 800. So just by using estimation, I can see that my answer looks to be correct. Okay, now we're moving over to the 1. The 1 is in the tens place. We're done with the 2 in the ones place, so we're going to put a 0 in the ones place and move into the tens place. And now multiply like normal. 1 times 8 is 8. 1 times 7 is 7. 1 times 3 is 3. And add them up. Of course, it's really important that we know our math facts to do this as well. So if you're having trouble with your multiplication facts still, please go to the math help page. And at the very top, it says Math Fact Practice, and there's Math Monster and Fact Monster. I recommend that you spend some time on that. Okay, we have 8 plus 5, which is 13. 7 plus 7 is 14, plus 1 is 15. And there we have our answer. So what I would like for you to do, take your pencil, please. And I would like for you can even use number 4 and number 2 as practice and then check it on a calculator if you'd like. I highly recommend you check all your answers on a calculator when you're done. However, you need to make sure that if you got it wrong, that you erase your work and try it again, because your work needs to reflect the correct answer. So what I'd like for you to do is circle numbers 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And you will be completing just those numbers on your own. Be prepared to turn those in. For those of you that would like a little bit of a challenge, keep in mind the whole back of your book is full of practice. And there are many of you that are still struggling with division or dividing decimals. If you continue on, you can find those as well. And if you need some help with those, go to the math help page and find that lesson. And there are loads of videos and games and things there to help you. So look at all this practice you could be using. Keep it going. There's addition, subtraction, there's fraction. Sorry, I'm probably making you dizzy. Obviously, you can figure all these things out for yourself. And if you're stuck on a skill, please go to the math help page. But in the meantime, you are to do page 384. Sorry if I'm making you dizzy. 384, numbers 5 through 10 on your own. There will also be a mean, median, and mode activity, so please make sure that you do